basically what the Leafs are going to do this offseason. By July 2nd, they'll have made trades, likely made signings. If you were to jump in your time machine and wake up a month today, what do you hope has happened for the Maple Leafs?
Well, what I hope happens is that there's change to this group. It's hard for me to commit to that hope because I'm in the I'll believe it until I see it boat. Mm-hmm. And I know there's a lot of talk about Mitch Marner, and if I had to guess today, my guess is that he's made up his mind, that he's probably thinking about playing somewhere else. But there's so much that can change within a month. That what if the Leafs...
Coco, even if he's called and said, you know what, I'm going to come back and be a Leaf, well, what does that mean for the comments that were made by the GM? We need to change the DNA of this team, and then all of a sudden we're running it back? That just wouldn't make sense, sorry.
Yeah. I don't know, I said this on my show this morning, and I think it's also fascinating that there's a shift in ownership happening here with the Toronto Maple Leafs where... Edward Rogers is coming in and inheriting a majority share of this team. And I just look at the way the Jays handle the whole Vladdy situation where when Vladdy didn't sign on opening day of camp, everyone's like, oh, he's gone. He's gone. And then within a month, they throw him $500 million because ownership stepped in and said, sign this guy. Mm-hmm. And you just wonder if that same position could be taken here with Marner, where it's like the owner.
Well, if you've got 12 different people at a table trying to figure that out, that same idea is not happening.
Yeah, not to mention, I just think I don't know if one should have an effect on each other, but if they somehow do something with Marner, then maybe it's Tavares that they go just can't. Well,
what if they trade one of the other two or three? They keep Marner and they look at a trade at the other three.
They're not
I'm talking about, this is ridiculous.
They're not trading Matthews or Nylander. I just can't see it, man. I mean, Matthews, they're not moving off. And Nylander is a year into an 8-year full no move. Willie's not going anywhere. I just don't think Willie would waive. I don't and they've never shown at any point a scenario where they felt like they would make things uncomfortable or they would try to do that. You know what another possible reality is that Marner gets to free agency or his group starts sniffing around what's out there, and it's not what he thinks is out there. And I think we keep looking at it through. And again, this is up to the Maple Leafs too, though. They both sides will have a say in this, but we keep looking at it through Marner's lens of the market, and he wants a change, and that all may be true, and maybe that's already been determined, like you said. And if it is, then it doesn't matter what's out there. He's going, and he's going to go find it, and he'll make it work. But it also could be about getting the most money, period. And there's a chance he gets out there and the rest of the league goes, I'm not paying you a penny more than Rantanen makes. You can have 12, but that's it. And the Leafs, maybe they offered him 13. And maybe he snaps back and goes, wait a minute, the Leafs, I can make the most money. I'm going to make the most money if they want me, if they still want me at the reported price tag that they were kicking around during the season.
Just as I mentioned, Hayes, are you really after those comments going to circle back and say, let's just run it back?
I don't think so, but I don't know. I mean, when Tree Living was kind of pushed on what that DNA change means, he just kind of filibustered and, that's a good question. He didn't answer.
I know, but it makes it uncomfortable, or it would at training camp. If Tavares comes back at some kind of value deal and Mitch circles back, and then it's like, what
well, then there is no DNA change, clearly. Yes, right. I agree with you, and I think Tree Living kind of showed his hand there, I would think. But let me ask, I guess the question is, if just one of them goes, is that enough for him to be able to say, I changed the DNA? I said I was going to, and I did it. You think it's got to be both?
Well, that's the opportunity that presents itself. That's the only opportunity that presents itself.
I mean, I also think that you've got to deal with the Marner and Tavares situation, but I think they're looking around the league too, and you're trying to upgrade your team everywhere. Morgan Riley has a no move, but if you're looking at both these teams that are in the finals and saying, what is the common denominator? Yes, there's depth up front on both sides, all of that, star power, but their D are active and they move the puck. Like, and that's something that, the Leafs don't have an elite puck mover, and you could argue that.
Yes, that's a totally separate part of the deal, though. Like I
But
hear
I'm
what you're
talking
saying.
DNA. I'm talking DNA. That's
So, but okay, I get it. But
Right.
if Marner and Tavares are here and 2 puck-moving defensemen are here, is that a DNA change? I guess that's what I'm asking. Does that count?
It's a good question.
Marner and Tavares are back, but 2 puck-moving defensemen are here too. Is that the DNA change that he's talking about?
Yeah,
To me, no. Because the
I-
DNA talks about guys that have been here for loss after loss after loss, not just
Right.
2 new guys that haven't seen it before. Sorry, it's
Yeah, I guess we'll find. I guess we'll find out in about a month.
Lots of speculation.
Lots. Of
Should be a
speculation.
fun month.
Should be a fun month.